So you've just had your employee engagement survey results back. It's not looking good. What do you do about it? As a leader, I bet you feel a sense of responsibility over those results, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. And the first thing that you want to start doing is fixing the problems. So you'll come with an action plan. You'll look at hiring more people. You'll look at training and development initiatives. Maybe you'll do a workplace culture plan with a view of increasing your employee engagement next year. And you'll hold your breath and you'll wait and you'll wonder and see what happens. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some really simple strategies that will guarantee you to get better employee engagement survey results. And look, it's not just about the scores, it's about engagement from your team members overall. As a leader, it's your responsibility to provide the environment for your team members to step into each and every day and thrive to bring their best selves to work. A recent study conducted by Gallup 2019 categorized engagement in 3 ways. So the first one was employees are engaged, meaning that they are emotionally driven to perform. The second category was disengaged, meaning they just don't have passion for the work that they have to do to perform. And the third one is actively disengaged. So these members of staff, your team members, influence the organization negatively. And they act all of these behaviors out. They act all their dissatisfaction out by engaging in politics, and then they undermine each other. More often than not, they're actually out on other interviews, by the way. Now, in Australia and New Zealand, the scores on the doors are 14% of the employees are engaged, 71% are disengaged, and 15% are actively disengaged looking for other jobs. Now, if we compare that globally, 23% globally are engaged. So we are lagging behind quite a lot. And some of those statistics are mind-boggling, right? So 14% are engaged, compare that to 71% that are actually disengaged. Now, what does this lead to? This leads to upwards of $550 billion of lost productivity globally. So we need to start developing a plan for this. Now, what happens is organizations make the common mistake of a very top-down approach, or it's a HR initiative. You need to meet with your teams and you need to come up with an action plan. Well, I'm here to tell you this, that employee engagement, you need to think about it over the whole life cycle of your employees. It's not just a one-stop thing. It's around all the different touch points, from attraction to recruitment, all the way through to development, retention, and then offboarding. It's definitely a cycle that you need to be focusing on. And what we need to understand from an employee's point of view is that they want purpose and they want meaning in the jobs and tasks that they do. And they want relationships with their managers. And they want their managers to coach them to perform at the next level. When you Google the reason why employees leave, it always comes up, the top answer is managers or direct supervisors. Employees leave managers rather than organizations. So how do we get better at employee engagement? We need, and there are a couple of things we need to shift, right? So we need to shift as a leader and a manager, we need to shift from the transactional to more transformational in our approach to leadership. We need to move from being a boss to being a coach, to coach them to the next level of performance. We also need to link all the tasks and the jobs and the KPIs to a purpose, okay? And that leads to business impact, okay? Because they want purpose and meaning in what they do. We need to increase our level of feedback. 68% of employees receive 0 performance feedback. Then we need to think around moving from an annual review, whereas you get performance feedback once a year, to an ongoing conversation of performance over fortnights, over weeks, over months, so people know where they stand. We need to focus on development and developing your employees or your team members to the next level of performance. Okay, so whether it's the next rank, the next promotion, maybe it's sideways, they want more development. And we also need to integrate now work and life. Before, we're very much work and life. Now it is definitely integrated. So we need to focus on those. If you think around the world's most successful organizations, and Gallup conducted this study, and what they found is they identified that a culture of high employee development leads to the most productive and engaged workplaces, meaning the ratio is then 14 engaged employees to 1 disengaged. And we know that, look, it boosts performance. We're going to get better outcomes because people are going to be engaged.